Hey, great! You're back to the second day of Advent of Vim 2025. You are back, right? You have watched the first episode. Otherwise, how would you know how to open Vim? If you didn't watch the first part, I highly suggest you watch it first. And while you're at it, don't forget to like and subscribe. There's also a new feature called Hype, so please hype the first video also if you think it's really great and really fun. And of course, this video too. So we're going to talk about the G commands today. I've got a suggestion from Sven Bergner. He wanted me to talk about global commands like GQ. There are a lot of commands that start with G. Let's see what we can find out about them today. So let's switch back to the terminal and see what we got here. So we've got these markdown files here to showcase some of the functionality of the G commands. So let's open reindeer stats first. Let's start simple. Capital G brings you to the end of the file. GG brings you to the top of the file. Also, you can type in a line number and like 25 and hit capital G and jump to this line. Okay, let's jump down again. There's this appendix here you can see with a very long line. So let's just use K here to go up line by line. And now pay attention. If I press K now, I jump to the beginning of this wrapped line here. What if I don't want to skip these lines, these wrapped lines? I want to just go to the visible line I have here. That's where G comes in again. You can prefix J and K with G, and then it goes by visible lines. So if I press G, J, I go down this visible line. Or let me do it again. And GK just brings you up one visible line again. That's actually the default behavior I want. So in my vimrc, I have these mapped. So I have mapped J and K to G, J, and GK. I hope I got this right. But maybe let me just show you. So let's open up my vimrc here. And you see I just uncommented this from my config so that this won't work. I also did this for the arrow keys because I use this fancy split mechanical keyboard here using Colmac DH. And I also have a navigation layer, so I'm actually using the arrow keys most of the time. And they work exactly the same. And also in insert mode, they also work like this. So I've got this little binding here to make my life a little bit easier. All right, let's jump back to the other file here. And you probably know that 0 brings you to the beginning of the line and the $sign jumps to the end of the line. And you see this takes the whole wrapped line here, not the visible lines again. So if you go up with GK one more time here and just want to jump to the beginning of the visible line, you can do G0 and you're back at the beginning of the visible line. And also G $sign brings you to the end of the visible line. All right, let's do something else here. Let's open up, I don't know, Santa's naughty list. So this is Santa's naughty list. That looks really unprofessional. Look at this heading here. It's completely lowercase. A really cool heading for a naughty list ought to be uppercase, right? So let's just do G, capital U, and you see we capitalize the complete list. This also works the opposite way. If you use G, lowercase u, and lowercase u, it goes back to lowercase. Actually, the doubling of the U and the capital U is just a shortcut for using it for the complete line. It works with all kinds of other motions too. So if I go to the word here and just want to capitalize this, I can also press G, capital U, and W. Let's try this again, slightly different. Go to the next word in the middle of the word and do G, capital U, I, W. You see, this also works with text objects and any kind of other motion. Cool. So let's open up another file here. I guess, what do we have here? Practice exercises. What's in here? Oh yeah, maybe I should have opened this first. So let's look at line 8, for example. Let's jump there. With G tilde, you can actually switch the capitalization from lowercase to uppercase and the other way around. So let's do this with G tilde tilde. And you see all the words just changed capitalization. Let's do it again with G tilde tilde again. This is also a shortcut for the whole line again. Works with any other motion, as you might have guessed already. So many things in Vim do. So let's do it to the end of the line from this word, for example. So G tilde and $, and we see this worked till the end of the line. So this is the place where I remind you again to like, subscribe, and hype here, right? That's the holiday spirit here. Please do something for me here. Oh, and if you really want to support me, membership options are also available. Well, let's go on with the video now. Okay, let's jump down 10 lines here. Oh, what happened there? I can't type probably. So you can see this really long paragraph here with really long lines and no line breaks. We got the soft wrapping enabled here, so let's disable that for demonstration purposes here right now. So let's do set no wrap. I guess that's what it's called. Yes. Now we see we can't even see the end of the lines here, and we would have to scroll here and jump here to read this. So what we can actually do, let's go a few words inside here. You don't have to do that, but for the example that's written out here with the GQIP, that means GQ is the thing that we actually do, is the format command, and IP is just the motion we're gonna use. In this case, it's basically actually a text object. It's in a paragraph. So let's try this. GQIP, and you see the whole paragraph has been formatted nicely to fit within the text width we set. This also works with comments and code. It can be really helpful sometimes to not have to worry about line length. Line length. Length is a really hard word for Germans, I guess, or at least for me. So I learned from the Primogen that you have to remind your viewers to like, subscribe, hype, do all the good stuff, join memberships a few times on the video because they just won't do it if you don't remind them. And I can relate because I sometimes forget it myself. You can see it in this last stream, I guess, that we had the last live stream on a few Wednesdays ago. There will be another live stream on this Wednesday, by the way. So join me if you want to. There are lots of more G commands. But let's say that was part 1 of the G commands. And tomorrow there will be some more G commands we will cover. So I don't have to think of a new idea for tomorrow, actually. And yeah. Oh, also, I'm gonna be releasing a Vim course soon. I talked about it yesterday already, but just to remind you again, there will be some kind of sign up if I find the time the next days, hopefully. And tomorrow there will be another advent of Vim. And on Wednesday there will be a live stream again. And also another advent of Vim. Much content coming in the next days. So thanks again. See you around. Take care. Happy holidays or holiday season or however you call it.